Welcome to All About Albemarle. I'm David Fath, the Communications Director for the City of Albemarle. And joining me today is Megan Sullivan, the Stanley County Museum Manager. Welcome.
Hello. Hello, David. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, good to have you with us. There are some really exciting events happening at the Stanley County Museum. But before we get to that, for people who may be unfamiliar, tell us about your role and also what happens at the Stanley County Museum.
All right. So my name is Megan Sullivan. I've been with the museum now for 9 years. And the museum itself has been taking donations since the 1970s. And so we have a very large collection of thousands of artifacts, objects, and we rotate exhibits. We do kids programming, field trips, all kinds of stuff there.
All about preserving the history of our county.
Yes, so important. Very much, yes.
Absolutely. So we said there's a couple really exciting events coming up. The first one you guys are playing a role in, which is Make Music Day. And this is happening all across Stanley County. But tell us about what you're doing over at your location on 2nd Street in downtown Albemarle.
So we're actually only usually open the last Saturday of every month. But for this month, we're opening for this Saturday. It is a worldwide event, and we want to be part of it. And we applied for a Makey. I'm not sure if you know what that is.
Yeah, tell us about that.
It is, it's an inventor's kit, and it's actually kind of hard to explain, but it's got wires, and you hook it up to a computer, and you can turn objects into like a piano, basically. And so the Makey company gave us one for us to use for Make Music Day, and we are going to create a floor piano, in theory, but it should work. And so visitors can come in, and they can step on the keys. So we're hoping that will be popular.
It'll be like a scene out of the movie Big.
Yes, we hear that a lot, though I feel like it's not going to look as good as that. We have foil and cardboard, and we are building it tomorrow. So we will see how that turns out. And we also have a 1920s player piano. It was donated probably about a month ago by the Fred Morgan family, who was a reporter for the Stanley News and Press. And we've had kids coming through this past month who are like dying to get on that piano. And I'm like, not yet, because we had to get it tuned. But it should be all set to go for Make Music Day. And we're going to have Fred Morgan's daughter there giving lessons and showing people how to use that piano.
And again, the Make Music Day celebration, that's Saturday.
Yes,
that's this Saturday.
This coming Saturday.
That's June 21st. And what are the hours for visitors this
So
Saturday?
we will be open 9 to 1, but the events themselves won't start till 10 to 1.
Very good. And I'll quickly run through a few highlights of Make Music Day at other locations in Albemarle. The Albemarle Music Store is doing what's called a free instrument petting zoo. It's an opportunity to try different instruments. They've got music instructors there, so if you've ever been curious about different instruments, it's a chance to sample those. Courthouse Square Park, there's going to be free workshops there. They've got bucket drumming. They've got a recorder workshop. And then there's also going to be performances throughout the day there. The fun at Courthouse Square Park starts at 9 o'clock in the morning. Over at the Snuggs House, another site for live music. That's a great place to catch all sorts of musical acts there. The Talent Company Clubhouse is also going to be doing a workshop. And so all this information can be found over on makemusicday.org/Stanley County. That's the place you can find the full schedule of events and find out what you want to enjoy on Make Music Day. Okay, we've covered Make Music Day. The other big event is Big Truck Day.
Yes,
Tell us about that.
So that this will be our 4th time hosting Big Truck Day, and it is definitely our biggest event of the year. And it'll be June 28th from 10 to 1 again, actually. And what we do is North 2nd Street is closed from Courtyard Square to Admiral Hotel. And then we fill that area with trucks and tractors and all kinds of vehicles, and people can come out, interact with what's there. We have a ton of people who are coming. I'm actually going to run through that real quick.
Take us through the list.
Yes. So we have the North Carolina Forest Service is coming. The National Guard is coming. We have 3 different fire stations. We actually had people reach out to me wanting to come, which was very nice. Millingport Fire Station is coming. Admiral Fire Station. Baden Fire Station. And they're also bringing antique trucks. We have the Stanley County Sheriff's Office, the Admiral Police, East Admiral Towing, Quality Tractor, Admiral Outdoor Supplies bringing a tractor. NJR is bringing back their water truck, which is probably, I don't want to say the highlight because all the trucks are very great, but they hook up to the hydrant and spray water, and the kids can play in the water, which is so good because it gets really hot.
It does. It gets warm that day, and it's a
Yes.
great place to cool off.
It is. And then, which also for cooling off, Jeremiah's Italian Ice is coming as well. So
good.
that'll be helpful. But the city of Albemarle is also coming, and they're bringing 4 trucks. They are bringing a bucket truck, a line truck, I don't know if I'm going to say this right, a Vector truck.
A vac truck?
Yes. Okay. And a camera truck. And we are just so grateful for everybody that does come out. Like I said, it's a Saturday. It's hot. And so we appreciate all these businesses and entities taking the time and participating and letting the community come out and enjoy all this.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a great chance for children to get inside and get in the driver's seat of some of those vehicles and sit up there and honk the horn.
Yes.
And it's really just a great sensory experience.
It is. It can get very loud.
Yeah. Well, and the pictures that you get from the kids, the smiles are just so precious at the end of the day.
And it's so, like, as an adult, too, I've learned so much about what all these trucks do, and it's just fascinating.
Absolutely.
And they have to have the special licenses to work these trucks, and so it's just a very informative event, too.
Right, yeah. You get to see why we have these different pieces of equipment and the role they play in helping our community.
Yeah.
Okay, we've covered Big Truck Day. What other summer fun is coming up at the museum?
So we just have, those are our 2 big events, and then we are just doing really our normal programming. Summertime is always a busy time for us. Right now, our current exhibit is Threads Through Time, and it's looking at clothing from the last couple of centuries, and that will be up through the summer. We're still doing our weekly History Hunters program. It's every Wednesday at 11 o'clock, and kids can learn about history through crafts and activities. We just had one today, and we learned about why we call it the dog days of summer, which none of the children had even heard about. But we explained that, and we related it to the star Sirius. I'm sure, do you want to how it's called, why it gets so... Well, I won't get into the whole history of it. But so they got to learn about that. And then we had a telescope, and they could look and try and figure out where Sirius would be in the sky. And then they made scrapbooks to take home to celebrate their summer vacations.
All great programming.
Yes.
And where can people find out more information?
So all of our stuff is on our Stanley County History Center Facebook page. And we are also, I just wanted to add too, we are a Stanley County Library branch. And they are in the middle of their summer reading programming. And that's been... great. And so hopefully people can sign up for that as well. You get a free tote, and you can win, or you earn prizes reading throughout the summer, which is a really great
Very good.
something too. Yes.
Yes. Well, we appreciate you coming on and sharing all the information about the Stanley County Museum. And again, you can find more information on Facebook about them. That is all the time we have this week for All About Albemarle. For Megan Sullivan, I'm David Fath. Thanks for listening.
Thank you.